Kathy spoke, I pulled up the document that she was referring to so that people can hear what the church itself actually says on the right to housing. We have selections in the materials, but it's kind of incredible, so I just wanted to read a little bit. The document is called The Right to a Decent Home, a pastoral response to the crisis in housing. And this was a statement of Catholic bishops, as you mentioned, right up the street, November 20th, 1975. They explained the dimensions of, quote, our housing crisis are apparent in the following statistics, okay? This is as of 1975. 1 of every 5 families in the United States suffers from serious housing deprivation. They either live physically in inadequate buildings, suffer from severe overcrowding, or spend an excessive proportion of their income on shelter. 2, housing costs have increased to the point that millions of families cannot obtain decent housing unless they deprive themselves of other essentials of life. Only 15% of American families can afford to purchase a median-priced new home. 3, 4.7 million housing units lack adequate plumbing facilities, and 5 million families live in overcrowded housing. 4, 80% of those with incomes under $5,000 experience some form of housing inadequacy. 5, 2/3 of officially substandard housing is in rural areas and small towns. 6, it is estimated that over 23.3 million new homes will be needed between 1970 and 1980, yet housing production for the first quarter of 1975 was at its lowest level since World War II. And then it goes on. So the point is there that it's not like they're ignorant of the problem. They've conducted their own studies and find that this is not just a problem in the metropolitan area of DC, but a problem all across the country. And then point 2 is that they create a plan of action, which they have failed to follow. It's housing, a pastoral imperative for the church. And they actually say, first, in the face of this cruel and discouraging condition, we, the bishops of the United States, cannot remain silent. Okay? That said, Kevin Kavanaugh, who is the comptroller of the Basilica, told Miss Jeannie just this week that there is nothing that they can do. Nothing that they can do. His bosses at the Conference of Bishops, however, say that he is not allowed to remain silent. And then, secondly, they say, we are not so naive as to believe that there are easy solutions to this crisis. The housing crisis is overwhelming. It touches facets of our economic, political, and social life that are extremely complicated. So, again, naive to say that the answer is nothing. The answer is that there's nothing that we can do. It's clear that the Conference of Bishops knows that this is a complicated matter and has actually stated that it's incumbent on all of the clergy to speak out and make sure that displacement doesn't happen. So that said, I'm going to stop talking and just encourage people to pass out the leaflets. These are folks who know what they're doing, and we have to make them stop.